Can someone, do you know what this is? Broccoli. The large one. Nice and then broccoli.
This vegetarian?
Yeah, do you know what this is?
Yeah, yes. This vegetarian. No pork.
No pork
Yeah,
or
no
anything?
meat, no
Okay.
This,
Is it like a mushroom?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I just want to make sure because I don't eat. I don't eat meat at all. Thank you. A fork. I'll try to do chopsticks. I'm not the greatest with chopsticks. This is I'm a little concerned. This definitely looks like meat. It smells like meat. Broccoli is spectacular. know the guy just came in and said it was vegetarian, but I'm not too sure about that. And it doesn't help that in my fried rice, I have these things that kind of look like meat as well in it. And a little the shakes have been fine. The broccoli is great. Even though we said that the they confirmed it. I don't know. Doesn't identify as any vegetable I've seen before. I'm trying to say there's no meat. These are the mushrooms, and this is the tofu. The other one smells like some sort of meat. Yeah, I don't know. I can't trust that. I'm gonna pass. Yeah. Just from a confidence standpoint, I can't necessarily confirm that my meal is actually vegetarian. Smell-wise, things that I think are not vegetarian smell off to me, like the pieces of meat inside the rice smell like hot dog. And then the random unidentifiable items in the soup smell like meatballs. So, yeah. That one is tough to get. Let's see if I can get it. It's real tough. That's way, it's added too much. Unfortunately, I can't play like that because Not only do I not eat meat, but I've never had meat, and a lot of this looks like red meat. The rice itself smells like there's meat in it. And then on all the menus, they didn't really have it. I just asked if they could make things vegetarian, and they were like, yeah, and then she brought me another menu. It didn't have any English on it, but she was saying that this was the vegetarian rice. There's a chance that that could be like a meat substitute or something on both sides. I just don't know, and because I don't know, I am unwilling to play around in that kind of way because I would be messed up. So, my review so far, the place, oh man, I have a headache from the smell. Let's move this over. Okay. The food, it's hard to really review the food, but the broccoli was fantastic. I haven't really had much broccoli while being here, so in Asia so far, so to get broccoli was nice. I'm gonna hurry up and get out of here so I can go get me something that I can ensure is vegetarian, because I am not, yeah. I don't think this is vegetarian. I tried to take a little tiny sip of it. It tastes off, smells weird. So I'm gonna get my bill and get out of here and try somewhere else. Alrighty. Alright, so just a quick update. I'm leaving the restaurant now. The owner came out for a second time just to ensure me that there was no meat in any of my food, actually. Everything that I thought was meat was like a plant-based version. So in the soup, whatever that was like their seafood version of plant-based. I don't know exactly what it was, whatever. And then in my rice was like the pork version of plant-based. Never really been a fan of the plant-based seafood stuff, but whatever. I gave it a try. It was just okay. The rice was fine. I honestly could have done without the plant-based stuff. I think the food would have actually been a lot more tasty and quality without it. But, you know, I would imagine it gives more protein and the whole 9 yards. Also, like, if you are a meat eater, I'm quite sure it's a nice adjustment from there. So, helpful, because I definitely, my stomach feels a little weird after eating the food, but at least I know, like, you know, they showed me packaging and everything else just to kind of show me, like, hey, listen, man, we didn't give you any sort of meat and blah, 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 whatever. So I was comfortable with trying it out. I didn't try it out on camera, but yeah, it was just okay. I'm still gonna go somewhere else and get some food though. And then I'm gonna go get me another coconut to wash it down, because I don't know, like, I think there's just a cultural difference, because in American Chinese food, especially like New York Chinese food, is very specific. So like, I don't go in with that thought process of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get Grace Kitchen Chinese food, right? But like, the flavors are drastically different, and I've known that based on like living in San Francisco and going to some like more like authentic Chinese restaurants before, but I've never really had it like, normally when you order just like a vegetable fried rice, it's just a vegetable fried rice. It's not necessarily like a plant-based meat item unless it directly says that. So that was a little different. What I will say for them though is, since they have those items, even if they make a alternate like adjustment on their menu, or just print out a separate sheet for the vegetarian stuff, they have like 7 to 10 different vegetables that are not on their vegetarian menu, and then nowhere on their vegetarian menu communicates like a plant-based item. Like there was a vegetarian soup, and then there was the vegetarian seafood soup, which like in some cultures you'll find people deem seafood as vegetarian. So for me, I was just like, okay, that's just that, right? Like they've already deemed the seafood as vegetarian. So that's why I was like, while ordering, I'm like, hey, no fish sauce, no oyster sauce, no form of meat at all. And then on the broccoli one, I definitely got that. And but yeah, you know, it's an experience. Definitely try out. I do think my stomach is not used to, because it wasn't just like a plain tofu or something. And it doesn't like hurt in a way where like I feel like something's gonna happen. It's just like just uneasy for a moment. I just think based on my interaction with foods that are meats, or like meats have been touching it, I kind of get in the more like wanting to, like, my body kind of wants to regurgitate everything out. So the good sign so far is I'm not there. Like my body isn't rejecting anything yet. So I'm confident to say it wasn't meat. But time will tell. And I'm nowhere near full. I'm still extremely hungry. And I'm gonna go to the mall here and get something else. I'm gonna try my best not for it to be pizza, because unfortunately that tends to be the go-to. You know, like when you're out and about and you go into these places, it just seems as if like vegetarian options are not the most accessible. So you go, all right, I need something that's gonna fill me up. I need something that's gonna be tasty. I'll get a cheese pizza, right? Like you can't go wrong. So I'm hoping, excuse me, that I can find an alternate solution and it not be pizza. But if it is, I'll enjoy some pizza. Yeah, I do know in the mall they do have an Auntie M's, so I'll try some of those. Actually, I'll do that first. I'll go and try some pretzels out, so at least that way I can be not like on the verge of being hungry. And then by doing that, that won't make me make a hungry decision, because it'll be super easy to just be like, walking around, you go look at a few menus and go, forget it, I'm just gonna get me a pizza because I'm hungry. So, Auntie M's is definitely safe. Actually, I was passing by. Now, this is the difference between that Chinese restaurant and Auntie M's. They have like a pizza pretzel kind of thing, and it's specifically marketed as a plant-based meat that's on top. So you know going into it versus like getting a pretzel and then being like, what's this thing that looks like meat? Kind of supposed to be kind of like a pepperoni-esque kind of thing. So might try that out. Not the biggest, I would say, taste-wise, I'm not the biggest fan of like faux pepperonis and things, or the vegetarian pepperonis. And my theory on that is because I've never eaten meat, so I'm not looking for something that tastes like meat. I'm just looking for something that actually just tastes good to me, right? Like what's tasty, not something that's like filling a void. So based on that, I think that that's where my experience is a little bit different from a person who was a meat eater and now, excuse me, one of those rice kernels is like stuck in my throat. But someone who was a meat eater and now doesn't eat meat, and then like, you know, has those cravings every so often, and they can kind of get that itch. Sometimes that is one of the complaints I have about like the plant-based or the faux meats, is like they go so hard on the side of like, does this taste like a real burger or a, you know, real chicken or turkey or whatever it is, you know, fish or whatnot, that they don't go and make sure that the item just tastes good, like it's tasty or you want to have it. They're so worried about the flavor profile being meat, down to the texture and everything else. Even even down to the smell, because even those faux meats smelled like bologna or like a hot dog or something. And the way I'm able to equate those is because people around me eat meat. And like I've been around someone trying to make fried bologna before. So for me, I'm like smelling it, I'm like, something's off, because this smells like, you know, smell like hot dog water or a fried bologna or what have you. So I guess it's not all bad, because for the person who would like that, that's exactly what they want. That thought process is, yeah, I want something that feels, smells, tastes like texture. Everything else is meat. So there's that. I'm gonna go over here and go try a few pretzels here at Auntie M's. I'll probably try like 2 different pretzels. And just because I'm coughing with the rice stuff, I'll get a lemonade too. I have not really had a great lemonade here, but we'll see. All right.